Laserby, Air Guns and Stuff Yorkshire, and today I'm going to do a little bit of pellet testing and reviewing. And on the table today we've got the H&N Sport Sniper Lights. These are pretty rare pellets. I've never seen them in a shop before, and they're only come in 250 pieces tins. They're only 14 grains, so a light pellet. They boast 5 on the precision, 5 on the distance. They're for small game, so like rats and birds, stuff like that. And then the .22 calibre, and then it's 16 joules, which is about 12 foot-pounds. It doesn't say greater than, like it does on the Hunter Barracuda matches, but relatively light, and it says sniper, so I'm guessing these are going to do really well at long range and be quite accurate. Let's have a look at the pellet. Now, my experience with these pellets are they're quite bizarre. There's no other pellet around like them that I've seen so far, but I'm not a very experienced shooter. Right. I picked these up because I saw the heavies, and they were greater than 16 joules on the tin. And I didn't have a very good experience with the Barracudas that were above 16 joules, so I thought I'd go for the lighter ones. They're pre-rifled at the bottom. I don't know whether this is for accuracy or if you've maybe got a smooth barrel or something like that, it helps it through. My guess is it's going to lose some air from behind there with those little cutouts, but I'm no expert. It's overall a really weird looking pellet. I've never seen anything like it. The accuracy test will see how they fade, and then we'll see how they do at long range. So off to the field. Let's go. Right, now I'm at the yard. I've got 3 targets set out. The left one is 30 yards, the middle one is 40 yards, the far right one is 55 yards. I wasn't actually going to do a 30-yard test on these, but from what I can remember, my other 30-yard test, I'm going to put it in the video anyway. I had a couple of flyers, but I was switching pellets quite quickly, so I've just added a little 30-yard group on there. So 10 shots at each of these at the relevant yardages, and then go home and go through the results. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I fire the pellet at some clay. I fire the pellet out of my Brocock Compato at 11 yards, and I try my best to hit it in the middle, and then I'm going to go and cut it open and see what it looks like inside. And here is the result for the Sniper Lights. There's the entry hole. General size, about the same size as a 2.2 pellet. Let's cut this baby open and have a look inside. Okay, relatively deep cavity on this one, quite thin. There was a lot of ripping involved as it went through. This pellet was moving quite fast, and it has embedded quite far. It is roughly 3.5 centimetres. From the entry point to the tip of the pellet. Let's dig it out and have a look, see if it's mushroomed or expanded. Right, so relatively no expansion or mushroom in there. The rifle has rifled it a fair bit. I think it's already pre-rifled at the bottom, so that doesn't really count. And the head's got some substantial rifle in there as well, but overall boring results. The only thing that it did was penetrate really well. The stopping power on these are going to be next to nothing. These are going to be an in and out pellet, maybe for feathers rather than fur. Okay, right, so this is the results for the Sniper Light. That there is a 10-shot group. Just get my pen. There's a puncture hole there that's flattened, and there's one there that's flattened out, so that's effectively the group size there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 6 in this hole here. I'm really impressed with that. It's better than last time. Just measure it out. 1 inch across. Without the flyers, it's about 1/2 inch. About 3/4 of an inch. I'm impressed with that. Let's move on to the 40 yard. There's my 40-yard group, 10 shots. And widest point is 1 inch. Measure up there for reference, it's less than 1 inch. And also less than 1 inch. So 1 inch spread at 40 yards, 10 shots. That's a consistent pellet. Let's move on to the 55 yards. Right, so 55 yards. Today I was dealing with 0 wind. And when I took the first shot at 55 yards, I got my holdover wrong. And my first pellet, I think, maybe landed about here. Now, I corrected for cant a little bit with these here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's probably 1, 2, 3. There's about 7 pellets there. 1 there and 2 there. And the overall width is less than 2 inches. Without the flyers, I've got a 1 inch group at 55 yards. I'm happy with that. I think that's some pretty consistent shooting. I'll be trialling these down at the club to see how they do. And I will be wasting this full tin and seeing the potential of these, because I'm really impressed with that. That's decent shooting for me. I'm actually really impressed with the way my gun's going at the minute, and I'm really impressed with some of the pellets that are going through it at the minute. So on to the overall. So we come to the final chapter on the H&N Sport sniper lights. My opinion on these, they're quite accurate. I do have a scoring system, so we're going to score them right now. Number 1 on the scoring system is cost. And I score cost from £10 being 10 points and £20 being no points. And that is for the cost of 500. These come in 250s, and these were £8.50. So that gives them an overall cost for 500 of £17. We've got £3 spare, so that gives them 3 points. The quality. Now, this is just the overall quality and my experience with them. I bought these online. They came in very good quality. I've had a look at all the pellets. None of them are damaged, and they all seem quite consistent and clean. The only thing that they are missing is the foam inserts like you get on other such pellets. I'm going to score these a 9 because of that missing foam pad. Other than that, they're a really good, clean, pellet. There's no damaged skirts, no damaged heads, no bits of swarf in the bottom. They've taken a lot of effort to make these pellets, but they just haven't put that foam padding in there. Expansion. There was a little bit of rifling on the head, and that was it, so I'm going to score these a 1. The accuracy. I score accuracy on a 1 inch group at 30 yards. Every pellet that goes outside the 1 inch group at 30 yards loses a point. All of these fell in at 30 yards, so that's a 10. And then I score on range. It's very similar to the accuracy. I do a 10 shot group at 55 yards, and every pellet that falls outside a 2 inch group loses a point. Every pellet fell inside a 2 inch group at 55 yards, so that scores a 10. The overall score for these is a 33, which is quite good. And I'm going to put these into a classification, and the class of these is going to be an expensive target pellet that are good out of the tin. I would probably use them for hunting, but the expansion isn't amazing, but the accuracy fills the gaps on all that, even at the long range. So like I said earlier on, they're probably going to be good for feathers, not fur, but I will be trying them out on rabbits just because of the reliability on accuracy, and only testing them on game is going to give the results. So this has been my personal opinion of these pellets through my barrel. You may have a different experience through your barrel, but my advice is, if you've got a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle and you want something that's accurate and that moves fast, buy a tin of these and have fun with them. See how you get along. Let me know how you get on with them. Thanks for watching. This has been Fezzy B with Air Guns and Stuff Yorkshire. I'll see you, bye.